Hey, it's Mike. I'm back. Um, oh boy. So I'm back to talk about Krishna cults and gurus and all of this stuff. And I just yeah, a lot going on. Uh, a lot happened yesterday. So some visitors came into my chat and they were kept inviting me to go into their group, and I said no, I have no interest in this, and they kept claiming that that this person was someone that and I just said I don't know I don't know anything, let me. So anyway, we're gonna figure out who this guy is. So let's do this. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, so I'm back. Talk about. Let's see what's going on here. We got. Hey, Mike. I hope you're doing great. I'm doing great. I hope you're doing great. I hope I hope things are working out with your brother or cousin, whoever, your brother. I hope I hope he gets out and everything's good. I hope you got good news. Is what I'm trying to say. I hope you got good news. Um, we'll see what's going on. But so uh, yesterday, I was talking about what I usually talk about, and I had some people come in. At least one or two people come in to start talking about this Gaurahari Das, and they kept trying to bait me into going in to his group to debate him or to say what I want. They want me to hear what he has to say, basically. But why should I? Why should I? Who's he? Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Good to see you, Eliana. So they keep talking about this Gaurahari, and I've heard of him, and I've met some of his followers long time ago. Long time ago. Hey, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you. I hope you're all doing well. And evidently, from what I understand, is he's like this guru, and he teaches something. He's either a Prabhupada disciple directly or indirectly. He does use Prabhupada's books, and I guess he doesn't have any rules, or I don't know. I'm not sure what his rules are. Oh, let me see. Oh. He's deeper in than ever, and it's pretty discouraging. But the good news is that he still reaches out to us from time to time. Yeah, that's kind of exactly what I said from the beginning. And I kind of told you, don't, it didn't sound good from the very beginning. I said it didn't sound good. So, but it is good that he's keeping in touch. And I would just, I don't know I really don't know what to do. Um, I'm just here to learn about the cult from you, but I will definitely let you know if I do have good news one day. Yeah, I mean, it really bums me out. It's You know, like we didn't catch him we didn't catch him quick enough. You know, like you found me after he was already gone. You know, and maybe we could have done something if you had found me before. You know, but anyway, I'm sorry to hear that there's no good news right now. But this cult, the only the only the only upside, and I'm going to tell you honestly, the only upside is this cult. It burns people out. Okay, it either their guru screws up, or they figure out their guru's an asshole, or um, or they just get tired of it, or they learn like me, they learn the truth little by little, and cracks form, and then one day they're just like, I'm done with it, or something traumatic happens to them, but um, it does chew people up and spit them out. So there's a chance that he's going to burn out. You know, I don't know what the average lifespan. I don't know what the average lifespan is, but I don't think it's that long. You know, let's hope not. You know, like I was in for 20 years. That was a long time. I think a lot of people come in within 1 or 2 years. They realize it ain't what they thought it was. And unless they're like moving up and making, it's like a pyramid. It's kind of like a pyramid scheme. So unless they're in a position where they're, you know, moving up and you know, getting something, um, the average person is just kind of pretty miserable, and they bounce out after 2 years. Some people 6 months, 2 years, 3 years, something like that. I think I went 20 years because I wasn't like living in the temple, like with a guru and like just all of that. I had some autonomy. I mean, not a whole lot. I mean, but I think that's why I was able to endure for so long. If I had to live in an ashram or go live on a farm in India and live that, that, well, first of all, that wasn't for me. So I wasn't doing that. But I mean, if that was, if like they had brainwashed me into doing that, I don't know how long I would last doing that. Um, so that's the good thing. This cult, the turnover, they come and they go. So hopefully he'll get burned out, and then he'll hear the truth about some stuff, and he's going to be like, what? Or his guru, like this 83-year-old guru that just fell down, 83 years old. Guy's been guy's been doing Hare Krishna shit 60 fucking years. If he can't do it, what 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 makes you think your brother is going to do it? This Naranjan Swami, he's all stressed out. He's so stressed out he can't be guru anymore. He's got to take a break. I'm going to take a break. I'm not going to be guru anymore. I'm going to take a break. And I'm going to go to India, and I'm just going to be flying around the world and living the good life is too much for me. So I'm just going to take a break, and chanting and all this shit. It's too much. He can't take it. So he's going to go to India, and he's going to just kick back and be Hare Krishna. I mean, that is so stupid. But anyway, he's so stressed out from being a Hare Krishna, he's going to take a break from being a Hare Krishna, go to India, and continue to be a Hare Krishna. Because he's a scammer. Hare Krishna hasn't done shit for him in 50 years. He's been doing it for 50 years, and he feels like shit. The 83-year-old guru, he's been doing it for 60 years, And he still wants to bang some disciple. It's like all those other gurus that were banging their disciples. Still going on today. It just happened the other day. Now his legacy, his whole thing is, oh, that's the 83-year-old guru that was banging his disciple after being in the Hare Krishna for 6. That's his legacy. Whether you're 50 years old, 40, 30, 50, this cult chews you up and spits you out. They don't give a fuck. And what's he going to do? He's 83 years old. He's been a Hare Krishna for 60 years. He got no social security. He ain't never worked a day in his life. He's been a Hare Krishna, selling books and then being a guru. He's been spending other people's money for the last 40 years. He's probably got some money socked away, but what's he going to do? What's he going to do at 60 years old, 65 years old, and he's going to leave the Hare Krishnas? Because, no, what's he going to do? No, he's basically going to leave the Hare Krishnas, but he's going to stay in because they're going to let him stay in. They're going to give him a place to live in India somewhere, in Vrindavan or Mayapur somewhere, and he can continue to scam doing the same thing he's been doing. It was a big scam. They've all either been caught, about to get caught, going to get caught in the future. They're all just cosplaying and faking it. You can only fake it so long. They hope that the best that they can do is, if they're still faking it and they ain't been caught with some little boy or little girl or doing something wrong, the best thing they can hope for is that they leave their body before they do fall down. Because they're going to fall down. Like this Trivikram Swami, 83 years old. He's 83. If he can't do it, what the hell am I doing it for? If he can do it for 60 years, 50 years, 60 years, and still fuck up, who? What can I do? And you've been telling me that he's a pure devotee. He's pure. He's this. He's that. He's on another level. Blah, 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 blah. So he's on. So he can fall from up there. What the hell? What chance? What fucking chance do I got? And it's not like he just decided, hey, I'm gonna leave and I'm gonna go have. No, he's having sex with this girl and he's hiding it. It's like that John Fogerty song. You got to hide. You got to hide it up. You got to hide it first, and then when you get caught, then you can. Hey, I know I was having sex with my disciple. I'm 83 years old, and I don't know. Just, I'm sorry. Don't call me Swami anymore. Okay? Is that okay? Is that good enough? Even though I ruined your spiritual life, I know you were in India milking a cow, and you thought I was the greatest thing ever, and offering me flowers and offering me incense and calling me Guru Dave. And I know you were doing that. Meanwhile, I was like anything but that. In fact, while you were offering me flowers and giving me incense and calling me Guru Dave, I was banging my disciple. I was banging her. We did it in like 4 different positions. We did it in the kitchen. We did it in the living room. We were doing it in the bedroom. How's that? While you were calling me Guru Dave and offering me artik and offering me incense and flowers, I'm banging my disciple. How do you like that? You think, and Trivikram, he's just another one in a long line of gurus that have been caught doing shit. And believe me, every guru that's been caught had a shit ton of followers that were like, oh, not my guru. maybe that other guy, but not my guru. He's pure. My guru is every single one of them. Even the guy that got his head chopped off. Even that guy. And it's not just ISKCON. All these Krishna cults. It's all the same. It's all the same shit. Here they're trying to. These guys are trying to get me to come listen to this guru, listen to their guru, listen to this guy. I'm like, who is this guy? Like, who is he? And why should I come listen to him? Why doesn't he come listen to me? He needs to come listen to me if he's friggin' thinks he's fucking guru. The fuck is wrong with him? What makes him think? First of all, what the fuck makes him think he knows more about Krishna than me? They want me to come listen to him like he's gonna teach me something. Well, what makes them think he knows so much? Why? Because he's got charisma? Because he can tell a story? Because he talks like Prabhupada? And then the gopis, who were very beautiful, and talking that friggin' cult voice, that fake Indian. Why? What is so fucking special about him? I'll tell you what's so special about him. Absolutely nothing. There's nothing special about him at all. Who is this guy? And why do they want me to listen to him? I wanted to know, like, why are you in my thing bugging me to go listen to him? What makes you think he knows more about Krishna than I do? So I went to look him up. I gotta look him up. What the fuck what's up with this guy? Well, there he is. Srila Gaurahari Das. Why would I listen to him? Like, what does he have to tell me? Who is he? Serious. I'm like totally serious. Like, who? Why does he know more than me? Because he calls himself Srila Gora Haridas? Well, I'm Srila Srimakunda Das. How's that? Does that make me some spiritual person? Because I got some fake name and I put Srila in front of it? What mental disease? What mental disease do you have to think that? And what mental disease do you have to follow a person like that calls himself Srila Gaurahari Das? I mean, who are you? You're like, you look, you look like friggin' Jacob Isaacs or I don't know, Jose Fernandez or I don't know. You could be Christos Pomnomenos, or you could be you could be anyone. But I know you're not Srila Gaurahari Das. You look more like a Jose Fernandez, or I don't know. You look more like Jose Fernandez than Srila Gaurahari Das. So the fact that you're calling yourself Srila Gaurahari Das, right there, that says, what the fuck? Why? What the fuck's he gonna? Who the fuck is that? To me, it does. And then his blog is his blog is The Future of Vaishnavism. Well, it tells me right there. He's a friggin' Hare Krishna cult freak. That's. I don't need to know any more than that. Get that figured out. But let's see what he says here. He has a post here on his Facebook page. He says, you know, is he really a Krishna cult freak just because he's got a Srila Gaurahari Das name and calls himself Srila? That's kind of weird. I don't know. Call yourself Srila. I mean, my name was actually Sri Mukunda. His name is Gaurahari Das, but he calls himself Srila Gaurahari Das. My name was Sri Mukunda, so I would be Srila Sri Mukunda. Srila Sri. So can you imagine if I'm Sri Mukunda, and then I came on and I created a webpage that was like His Divine Grace, Srila Sri Mukunda Das, Brahmachari, whatever. It'd be, well, first of all, Hare Krishna would go, who the fuck is this guy? Just like I'm saying, who the fuck is this guy? It's no different. They would say, who's Sri Mukunda? Why is he calling himself His Divine Grace, Srila Sri Mukunda Das? I knew him when he was in the LA temple. And they would be right. And that's what I'm saying. Who's this Gaurahari Das? Srila Gaurahari Das. He says, I was accused publicly of being an operati and at zero in my spiritual life because I questioned the teachings of Narayan Maharaj. Oh my God. My critique of this is what real benefit is a spiritual master or their teachings if everyone blindly believes in them and expects others to accept their alleged teachings and divine authority to be true without some sort of proof. In that spirit of let the truth be victorious, I respectfully invite any allegedly spiritually advanced guru or sannyasi in the Narayan Maharaj group to come on our daily Facebook Live show and point out the errors of our ways, or hopefully, in the best case, be able to discuss the future of a progressive Vaishnav Hare Krishna movement. I would like to also extend this invitation to ISKCON, Ritviks, or Radhakund Babaji's, who are all striving to understand Gaura Krishna Lila more or less. Personally, as a whole, I consider that they are all missing the okay. This is a personally as a whole, I consider that they are all missing the essential point of the power of the extraordinary mercy and the real confidential teachings of Lord Chaitanya when it is actually again revived in this world. Please contact me on Messenger to book a date to appear on our Facebook Live show. Okay, so all of that other stuff it's all bullshit. It's all a bunch of crap. But anyway, personally, as a whole, I consider that they are all missing the essential point of the power of the extraordinary mercy and the real confidential teachings of Lord Chaitanya when it is actually again right. So what he's saying is, everybody's wrong but him. Nobody understands the real point of Lord Chaitanya except him, because he says, I respectfully invite any allegedly spiritually advanced guru or sannyasi in the Narayan Maharaj group to come to our daily Facebook page live and point out the errors of our ways. I would also extend this invitation to ISKCON, Ritviks, Radhakunda Babaji's, who are all striving to understand Gaura Lila more or less. He says, personally, as a whole, I consider they are all missing. So everybody's missing it. Narayan Maharaj people are missing it. ISKCON people are missing it. The Ritviks are missing it. The Radhakunda Babajis are missing it. The aesthetics that live in India, in Vrindavan, who, I hate to use the word advanced because what does that mean? But, these are like real Hindu monks that are living in Radhakund. But what is real Hindu monk? But anyway, so he just covers this blanket statement that he knows the real understanding of Gaura Krishna Lila, Lord Chaitanya's pastimes, than anyone, including me. He must know more about it than I do. But that's like saying I know more about Hercules. I know more about Greek mythology than you do. And I would say, okay, maybe you do, maybe you don't. I know a little bit about Greek mythology, but I don't know what you know about Greek mythology. But does it really matter if I know more about Greek mythology than you know about Greek mythology? Because at the end of the day, Greek mythology is exactly that. It's mythology. And if I know who Aphrodite is and her relationship with Apollo or whoever, what is that going to do for me today? I mean, is that going to alter my daily activities because I didn't realize that Medusa did this or that? Or that the snake in Medusa's head represents the foibles of human life? Mythology and some deep understanding that you have that the Odyssey and the whatever happened and the Cyclops is actually a metaphor for being short. Whatever. Does it matter? I mean, it's interesting. It's interesting stuff, and people study Greek mythology, and they can tell you what all of these things mean and what the symbolism and the all that other stuff. Sure, it's great, but it's a hobby. It's a hobby. It's not a religion for them. They're not offering incense and chanting prayers to Medusa or Hercules or any other of these mythological characters, and sitting around and worshiping these mythological stories about how Odysseus went from island to island and the Argonauts and Jason and whatever it is. It's just, who cares? I'm an expert in Spider-Man. It reminds me of people who are like, I know all the details of Star Trek. I know how to build a tricorder, and I know how the the thrusters work and the dimensions of the bay and how the who cares? I mean, it's interesting. It's a hobby. I mean, go at it if you want to enjoy it. That's fine. But that's all it is. If you want to sit there and tell me that when Krishna did this and the old woman was bent over, the hunchback woman was bent over the well or whatever, and Krishna had sex with that old woman. Okay, I'm just saying. When Krishna straightened her back up and made her youthful, whatever he did with the old woman. Story, and Lord Chaitanya, these pastimes with Lord. I mean, come on. Yeah, expert in Lord Chaitanya's pastimes. Some imaginary stories that were made up by Bhaktivinoda Thakur or at best Kaviraj Das, whatever, who probably didn't even exist. I'm. You can't. You can't even show me any evidence. He says right here. He says my critique of this is what real benefit is a spiritual master or their teachings if everyone blindly believes in them and expects others to accept their alleged teachings and divine authority to be true without some sort of proof. Well, you can't prove to me that Vyasadeva wrote these Vedas and that he's alive sitting in the Himalayas somewhere and that he wrote Bhagavad Gita and that he wrote everything in between and the Mahabharata and all. You can't prove that. In fact, evidence says the opposite, that there is no Vyasadeva. And Ganesh didn't break off his tusk and write everything down. But you want me to believe that. You want me to believe that without any evidence, without any proof or evidence. You just want me to believe that's an alleged teachings and through divine authority to be true without some sort of proof. Why should I believe that? Why should I believe these Lord Chaitanya stories about his life, these details about his life that would not be written down, that would not never have been written down? Shit was made up. I hardly even believe that these people even existed. And I'm serious about that. You want me to believe this Krishna Leela, this Gaura Leela, this Lord Chaitanya. You want me to believe that Lord Chaitanya just walked into a statue and that there's a little mark on the statue where he went into it? You want me to believe that? Srila Gaurahari Das wants me to... You want me to believe that? You want me to go into your friggin' chat and tell you what a fool you are? He doesn't want to hear that. Because I went in there and I asked him about Prabhupada's quote about 11-year-old wife. And are you reading Prabhupada's books? Do you believe in Prabhupada when he says about child marriage? Are you Prabhupada followers? Because I didn't know who they were. And he kicked me out. He said, I saw him say, don't worry, I got rid of him. He doesn't want to answer those questions. He doesn't want to answer those questions. He wants brainwashed followers that are going to sit there and go, oh, well, ISKCON gurus are fake, but, the real devotees are the ones that are... No, fuck that. All the devotees are saying, oh, my guru knows more and have more kripa graces than Sri Krishna. Bullshit. Yeah. And they got the nerve to, promote this Gaurahari, wanting me to engage with this guy. I'm sitting there going like, you hear what I'm saying. Why do you want me to go shit on your birthday cake? These books are bullshit. It's not an ancient tradition. It's not 5,000 years old. There was no chanting of Hare Krishna 5,000 years ago. There was no chanting of Hare Krishna 1,000 years ago. I don't even think there's no mention of Hare Krishna chanting in Lord Chaitanya's time. 500 years ago. There's no evidence of it. They were chanting other things. They had other mantras and things that they were just... This, and until Chaitanya came, if he ever came, if he ever came, this worshiping Krishna was a very minor, insignificant sect, cult. It was a small cult. It was never any worldwide anything. It was never any ancient tradition. It was never any anything. It was never any anything. It's all bull. And Lord Chaitanya, all this shit about Lord Chaitanya, I don't. I believe it because I learned it in the Hare Krishnas for 20 years. It was brainwashed into me. But now I don't even believe that shit. And maybe there was a Chaitanya. Maybe there was a Nityananda. These names exist. That's what I'm saying. It's hard. How many Nimai Pandits were there? How many? But he jumped into a statue, merged into a statue. You want me to believe that? You want me to believe some of this nonsense? It's absolutely insane. So here's another one of his posts that he says. This Gaurahari, that Srila Gaurahari does. The Good News or New Testament beginning for the Vaishnavas. In all honesty, to tell you the most important pivotal truth that ISKCON or Gaudiya Samiti Vaishnavas will ever know in this present lifetime, the real Chaitanya Leela, what was said by Srila Prabhupada to be a confidential, esoteric, postgraduate study, is now being taught openly for the first time in many centuries. Okay, Srila Prabhupada came to me in a lucid dream in 1996. The same year that the only other real ecstatic Vaishnav related to Srila Prabhupada disappeared. So he's trying to say that the only other real Vaishnav disappeared in 1990. I don't know who he's talking about. That there were, I don't know, Gaur Govinda Swami, or I don't know. I don't know who he's talking about. So Srila Prabhupada came to him in a lucid dream. And obviously it wasn't a dream. He thinks it probably really came to him. He said the spontaneous manifested teachings of Chaitanya Leela had his full approval, and I was doing exactly what he wanted me to do. Then, right before departing, he pointed his finger at me and said, "Do more of it." Okay, so there you go. There's the delusion. There's the mental illness. Cults cause mental illness. There's the mental illness. This guy thinks that Prabhupada came to him and told him to teach Chaitanya Leela and teach it good and teach it more. And that he's got Prabhupada's full. This guy's so deluded. He thinks that Prabhupada came and told him, "Good job. I'm behind you 100%." So can you imagine if Prabhupada came? If I said that I had. Can you imagine if I sat here and I said, Prabhupada came to me in a dream and told me that I'm doing the right thing, exposing all these bogus gurus, and I should keep exposing these bogus gurus like Gaurahari and Trivikram and all of these bogus gurus. I should just keep doing what insanity. Insanity to think that you had a dream about Prabhupada and you think that Prabhupada actually came to you and told you these things. He says, since this time, gradually after many life's lessons, purifications, and experiences, increasingly devotees are understanding these confidential truths. By doing so, all the sincere devotees who really are greedy to know Krishna's rarely experienced devotional loving ecstasy are having their lives transformed by awakening of transcendental taste for the nectar of pure devotion in their sincere hearts. So he's saying that the real devotees are coming to him to learn this higher truth. He's the only one who's got it. So if you really want to know, listen to what he says. Since this time, since Prabhupada came to him in his dream, after many life lessons, and after learning so much, and Prabhupada coming to him in his dream, and doing purifications, I guess that means chanting, and I don't know what, and experiences, I don't know what that means. Doing chanting and whatever. Increasingly, devotees are understanding these confidential truths. By doing so, all the sincere devotees who really are greedy to know Krishna's rarely experienced devotional loving ecstasy. So the sincere devotees who really want to know about Krishna's orgy with the gopis and have your lives transformed by this knowledge of Krishna's orgy with the gopis, they're coming to him. And so every day we are giving these powerful, effective, bona fide discourses and chanting together on live stream worldwide on Facebook Live, YouTube, Rumble, and Twitch. So he says every day we're giving these powerful, effective, bona fide discourses. Who says they're bona fide? He's a self-proclaimed perfect guru who had a dream. Some powerful entity came to him in a dream and told him to do this mission, this 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 worldwide mission that needs to be done, and only he can do it. And you gotta, and if you're sincere and you really want to know the truth about Krishna and his gopi sex, um, you got to go to him. You got to go. You got to go through him. You got to go through this guy, Srila Gaurahari Das, Srila Gaurahari Das, Srila Gaurahari Das blog, The Future of Vaishnavism. This is the guy that's going to give you the. He can give you the highest. He can give you the highest stage of Krishna. Well, they all say that. The guy whose brother is milking a cow in India or whatever, came back from milking a cow in India. Now he's under the spell of one of these type guys, because only he can give Devamrita Swami. Devamrita Swami he was interrogated. He was at the temple when the guy was shot in L.A. He was a follower of Kirtanananda Swami, the guy who went to jail. He was part of that whole operation, Kirtananda's operation. And then when Kirtananda went to jail and got kicked out of ISKCON, this Devamrita character came running back to ISKCON. Oh, I'm sorry I was with him. I'm sorry I was with the other guy, but now I want to come and be with you guys. Can I come and be with you guys, please? Please, please, please. Can I be with you guys? And they said, yes, of course, you can come be with us. We don't care about what happened with the guy in the van, and we don't care that you were with those other guys and all that other stuff. Just come be with us and bring in some money. Go make disciples, get guys to follow you, and then you can be with us. And so now that's what he's doing. And this guy, this Srila Gaurahari Das, he's no different than that guy. He's in with these guys. He thinks he's a spiritual leader. He's cheating these people. He's pulling the same scam. He just found his own way to do it. He just found another way to do it. That's all. He's like, I'm not going to do it in ISKCON. I'm going to do it, through the internet or however. 1996, probably came to him in a dream. Let's see him in action here. Let's see him in action. Let's see this guy in action.
Modes of nature and which bring only misery. See, they don't, it's not, you got to do your duty and it's okay to be in the world. I mean, God, this is the thing. A lot of people, they read these verses and they think you got to be a renunciate. You can't care. Can you imagine if salted bread didn't care about material activities? You can't, it's be unbalanced. You would be like weird. You might take sannyas and then you repress this and these desires, that desire, and all that stuff. But it doesn't really show up like that. You need to really hear the truth. All I do is I point out we have the greatest examples in the world. Lord Chaitanya and his associates, some were householders, some cared.
Anybody understand what he said? I don't even know what he was trying to say. I mean, it's just babble to me. He's just babbling on. I don't know. Can you imagine if salted bread cared about material? I don't know what he was babbling on. I don't know if he's on drugs. I don't know if he's like I don't know. Seriously, I don't know what. I don't know what he was saying. I, I have no idea what he was saying.
Everything here is a desert. Yeah, that's how rare Lord Chaitanya is, his incarnation. Because everybody, just like now, everybody, like in India, they go to see the Jagannath temple, they go see the deity, they eat the Jagannath prasad, they perform all the rituals and everything. But when Lord Chaitanya was in this world, it was special, yeah, and he made it special by sharing that specialness. He shared it with people. He wanted to show the world, like, hey, there's another way to worship, because everybody would go to the temples, kind of like when Jesus go to lady.
Oh my God. What the hell is he saying? He said when Lord Chaitanya came, it was special, and he wanted to share the specialness. What was special? How was it special? What was special, and what was special about it? And how did he share the special? What the hell is he talking about? This guy, oh my God. This, okay, wait, we gotta see this.
Was again related by Lord Nityananda to all the devotees, and their transcendental bliss increased as they heard the story again. Walking and walking in this way, the devotees arrived at the city of Kataka, where they remained for a day and saw the temple of Saxigopal.
I like that idea. Transcendental bliss
Yeah.
increased after hearing the narration again. That's what happened.
This
Okay, you know, that's some weird stuff. I mean, it's a cult. It's a cult, and this is I can't explain it. I'm sorry, but I can't explain it. That clip is a little disturbing. She's reading from Chaitanya Charitamrita, and about Lord Chaitanya and the devotees visiting the temple of Shakshi Gopal, I guess. Um, and then I guess Lord Chaitanya is telling them the story, or one of them is telling them the story of this deity that walked from Vrindavan to wherever this Orissa or wherever what happened, because the deity, uh, there was an agreement with the poor Brahmin and the rich Brahmin or something, and he said, "Well, you can marry my wife if you do this. I promise," or something. And the Brahmin was like, "No, whatever." And then uh, when they got back home, they had to go all the way back home, whatever. And he said, "Hey, I'm supposed to marry your daughter." He said, "You can marry my daughter." He said, "You're supposed to marry. I'm supposed to marry the daughter." And the family was like, "No, you're not. You're poor. You're not marrying my sister. You're not marrying the daughter." And he said, "No, you, no, really. He promised. Your father promised I could have the daughter." And they said, "No, you're lying. My father would never make a promise like that." And he said, "No, no, no, no. Your father promised. He promised in front of the deity, the Sakshi Gopal deity." So he said, "Well, if you can prove it." So he went back to the deity and he said, "Hey, deity, the statue." He said, "Hey, they're calling you a liar. They're calling him a liar. They're calling him a liar, and that's not right. So could you come? Could you come and explain to them what happened?" And the deity was like, yeah, sure. The statue was like, yeah, sure, I'll follow you, no problem. And he said, but you can't look behind. You don't turn around. You can't watch. I'll follow you as long as you're not watching. You got to just keep looking straight ahead. And he said, sure, bet. And so they set out walking, and he could hear the Lord's. He could hear the statue, the bells on his feet as they were walking. He knew he was behind him because the bells were like ding 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 ding. So as they were walking, and then they get like almost. They're like almost there. I don't know why. Makes no sense. They're almost there. They walked like 4,000 miles, or I don't know how many miles. They walked like a shit ton of miles. Walks all the way, and then all of a sudden he doesn't hear the bells anymore. Because he told him, he goes, if you turn around and look at me, I'm gonna stop walking. So he said, so at one point he stopped. He didn't hear the bells anymore, and so he turned around and looked, and sure enough, Krishna just froze right there where he was standing. And he's a big statue. He's a big statue. So they built this temple around him, and that's the temple of Sakshi Gopal. So the temple in Vrindavan, I guess, evidently they went and they looked, and the statue's gone. That's the story. So that's the story of this statue that supposedly walked. But we all know that didn't happen. Statues don't walk like that. They don't do that. They don't do that. Now, that's not saying that maybe something happened where that someone stole the deity and it ended up there. And this is the story that grew around it. That there was this legend about this deity that they don't know how it just got there. Like a crop circle or something. Who knows? But that's just a story. But anyway, that's the story that they're talking about. So she's telling that story, and she is like having some kind of transcendental ecstasy or whatever. She's laughing, she's crying, she's laughing, she's crying. And he's just standing there going, yeah. But that's the craziness of, I mean, I didn't cry, I didn't laugh, I didn't cry. It's because it's just a story. It's just a story. I think I told the story better than they did. I think my my telling of the story is a little bit better. But that's what this guy's doing. So he's just another ISKCON guru who doesn't want to be involved in ISKCON. He's reading Prabhupada's books. He's having his followers read Prabhupada's books. He's reading Prabhupada's Chaitanya Charitamrita because that's the only Charitamrita there is. That's the only book in English that you can read. What other? Where else are you going to go to get information about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? There is none. Why is that? If he did all these things that he said he did, that they say that he did, and all these people, and all these witnesses, and all these events, and he debated the Buddhists and converted 1,000 Buddhists or whatever, and then he had a thing with Shankaracharya or whatever, and he did this, and then he did that. How come there's no? Where's that history? I mean, and even if you could find it, is it reliable? I mean, just is it reliable? They say that you can go see his birthplace, or the birthplace of Nityananda, or the birthplace of Haridas Thakur, or the birth. They can point to any. They can point to any tree in Vrindavan and go, "That's where Krishna did this." Any piece of land in Vrindavan, they can go, "Well, that's where Krishna showed his form as whatever." Oh, that's where Krishna was picking flowers for Radharani. Oh, that's where Krishna stole the gopis' clothes. Oh, that's where Krishna killed the bull. Oh, that's where Balaram did whatever, danced with the gopis, whatever. I mean, you got to be, and I'm not trying to knock anybody's culture or anything like that. I'm just saying you can point to any place and say this is where that happened, and you don't have to have any evidence for it. You don't have to have any proof. You don't have anything. You have nothing at all. You can just go up there and just go. I spiritually sense that this is where Maharaj Parikit sat down one day and ate a banana right here because I can feel it. I can sense it. And then I had a dream, and Maharaj Parikit came to me and said, yes, this is the spot where I ate a banana. And then I'm going to build a temple, and this is the temple where Maharaj Parikit ate a banana. And that's exactly what happens. And that's exactly what I'm not saying every temple, but I'm just saying that's part of history. You go to Bethlehem or Jerusalem, or the Holy Land, or wherever, and they go, "Oh, this is the door that Jesus touched. This is where he dropped the cross, and Simon came out and picked it up, or whatever." How do you know it wasn't over there? Oh, because everybody says it was right there. Oh, because everybody says. Yeah, everybody says. Everybody agrees. Everybody agrees it was right here. He stubbed his toe on that brick, and that's the toe stub brick. We call it the toe stub brick. That Jesus stubbed his toe on that brick, dropped the cross, and Simon came out and picked it up and said, "Don't worry, I got you," and he carried it the rest of the way. That who and people believe it because they want to believe it. They want to believe that he stubbed his toe on that brick, and that's exactly where it happened, right there. And you do kind of I want to see places where shit happened. I was in Dallas where JFK was shot, and I was like, I want to went to Dealey Plaza. I want to see where this historic event happened. Where did it happen? And they have a spot in the ground in the cement that's different that represents where he got shot. The spot where the bullet entered his brain is marked on the sidewalk in Dallas in Dealey Plaza. You can see where it happened, like right there. So people want to see that. I mean, I'm the only one. They put a marker in the sidewalk. People want to know, where did it happen. So people want to know, where did Krishna? Where was that tree? Oh, it was right over there. Oh, where did they dance at night? Oh, where they danced at night? That was right over there. Hey, where did Krishna steal the butter? Oh, that was way over there. And I've been to these places. And you go there and there's a temple there. And they go, this is where, and they got the thing there that Krishna was supposedly, that Mother Yashoda tied him to. You know, that's the thing that Krishna was tied to 5,000 years ago. Mother Yashoda took a piece of rope and tied Krishna to that mortar. And we're all sitting there going, whoa. It wasn't the mortar. But we wanted to believe it. We all sit there going, yeah, that's the mortar. And we were all in ecstasy going, oh my God. Taking pictures, through a whole lecture and having prasadam. And it was like, oh, this is where it is. That's somebody decided that was this, and we're going to put a thing there, and we're going to build a temple here, and this is going to be the spot where that happened. It didn't really happen there. Because it didn't really happen. Because it just didn't really happen. So in that same way that you can't convince me that Krishna's, those events happened in that spot, in that way, because I know that didn't happen. You can't convince me that Lord Chaitanya was dancing around and he went here and he went there and he had a debate with the Buddhists and he converted these guys and then he went marched up to the Qazi's uh, house with all these people and protested and chanted Hare Krishna, because there was no chanting of Hare Krishna back then. There's no record of these things. I mean, Hare Krishnas will make up anything just if they can feel that they'll get you to join. And why would it be any different back then than it is today? They lie and tell you, oh, this is 5,000 year old, this is 5,000 year old tradition, ancient tradition, chanting Hare Krishna. Well, that's a lie. So in Lord Chaitanya's time, 500 years ago, well, you don't think that they were lying about shit back then too? Oh, he's a pure devotee, Prabhu. Oh, Haridas Thakur, he's a pure devotee. He chants all these rounds. Give me a break. You'll believe this stuff. Seriously. Oh, here he is chanting Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Unlock the
Krishna
secret.
Krishna Hare
Unlock the secret
Hare
inner
Hare
peace.
Rama Hare.
Well, we know that's a lie. We know that's a lie. There's no inner peace with Hare Krishna. There's racism and sexism, and I don't know what he's teaching, but if you're chanting that Hare Krishna mantra, and that's coming from Prabhupada, Prabhupada's the one that says to chant that. In Prabhupada's books, Prabhupada says chant that shit all day, all night, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Prabhupada's the one that came to him in a dream, told him, 1996, came to him in a dream and says, hey, teach this Chaitanya nonsense to everybody. I want you specifically to teach everybody about how to be an 11-year-old gopi girl having sex with Krishna. I want you to encourage people to read Prabhupada's books so they can read all that nonsense. And I don't know how they could come into my thing and say, well, no, we're not with that stuff, when he's totally with that stuff. He's he's fully with all this Chaitanya, Gaudiya Math, Gaudiya whatever, Gaudiya Vaishnavism. So you got to watch out for all these gurus, all these types. These are exact. This is the exact type of thing I'm talking about, because this is the kind of guy that will convince you that, hey, I'm not in ISKCON. I'm not part of that scam ISKCON. I'm just teaching the real love of God, Lord Chaitanya, this and that. It's all the same crap. You don't need that shit. You just don't need it. It's not going to do you any good. It's not going to do you any good at all. It's not going to do you any good. So anyway, I'm going to end it here, and then I'll be back with some more stuff, because every day it's more of the same bullshit with these people, with these Krishna cults. And if it's not um, Lokanath Swami or Trivikram Swami or Naranjan Swami or Srila Gauridas, it's somebody else. Hey, Mike, thanks for doing such amazing work. As always, you're a legend. Hey, you do great work too. So, hey, everybody out there, check out Skeptic Perspective. It's got great videos. He breaks it down, short little videos you can send your friends, your family, whatever. Um, definitely check him out. Check out Knitting Cult Lady if you want to learn more about cults. Um, definitely, we don't want anyone you know or your friends or family to end up milking a cow in India or falling under the spell of some guru, whether it's an ISKCON guru or it's an outside guru. Uh, Gaurahari is a crackpot Prabhupada wannabe trying to pick up the dredges of ISKCON followers. You know, I kind of get that idea. Like, he's like the guru of the fringies. He's like, if you can't follow the regular principles in ISKCON, you can come be with me, and I will still teach you Chaitanya Leela and Radha Kunda Babaji crap and all that stuff. And I'll give you, I'll give you a spiritual name, and I'll tell you all the stories, and I'll do all that stuff. And you can smoke cigarettes, and you can eat hamburgers and whatever. I don't know. That's the impression I get. I could be totally wrong. I could totally be wrong, but I think I'm more right than wrong. I think I'm on the right track with that. But yeah. So anyway, that's the kind of guy I want to warn, and that's why I don't say ISKCON. I say Krishna cults, because there's a lot of Krishna cults and guys like this Gauri Das and guys like that are outside of ISKCON, but they're reading Prabhupada's books. They believe the same stuff. They're trying to have their own little thing going because they can make a little money out of it, and it's like, whatever. So beware of them. Beware of them, and I just want to show you that that's exactly why I say Krishna cult and not ISKCON, because you don't have to be an ISKCON to be in a Krishna cult. So I want to thank everybody for watching. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribe. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already, and tell your friends. And everybody have a great day, great night, great morning, great afternoon, wherever you are. Have some great luck. And please stay out of a cult. All right, bye. Let's see.